Hey everybody, Dave here. Hope you're having an awesome day. So, the other day at work, my buddy was drinking some tea and it came in this little metal canister. And I was like, hey, let me see that thing. And I was looking at that and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And he jokingly said, hey, you should make a robot out of that. And I was like, there's something here. I really see like the torso of it. So, I want to make a little buddy for this guy that I made a few weeks back. So, come on, let's do it. All right, this is an up close of that tea canister. This one's actually still got tea in it. He gave me an empty one and had this extra one. And my sister had these from her Invisalign braces. It was like some kind of putty, and she gave me the containers, and I thought, this might be kind of cool, but it doesn't quite fit. So I'm going to go ahead and just Dremel off some pieces. It still doesn't fit. I'm going to have to do a little bit more dremeling. But I got that all dremeled down, sanded down nice, and then it fits really nice as a pressure fit. So I think that's kind of cool for the bottom portion where the legs will go in. I was messing around with different components for the head. I just dug through my junk box and my bit box. I've got these can holders, espresso pods. I was even looking at the lid and I was like, ooh, I kind of like that disc shape. So I went and I bought these wooden discs. And when I got home, I was like, they're too small. I was like, man. So I went to, we got a Daiso here in town, and this little container here looked like the perfect size. So I'm going to go ahead and use my sweet reaming tool, ream a hole in there. And I'm using these components. One of my viewers sent me a whole box of bits, and these little things were in there. And I think this is going to work really nice for a neck. And that little plastic piece actually fits perfectly inside of that, and so I can actually use that to kind of hold the polystyrene into place. So I was just kind of dry fitting everything there, and I was about to glue everything. I was like, come on, Dave. I got to sand this stuff. So I did a nice little sand on it, and then I'll start gluing this together. And so this is going to act as a nice holder for the polystyrene, and I'm going to do the same on the inside. I'm attempting to put a little piece of glue, and then I'm hoping that the thing will drop down and then adhere to the bottom portion. So I kind of just did a little glue, dabbed it. I waited, like a minute or two. I unscrewed it, and it didn't work at all. So then I glued it down, and I realized, I am such a dummy sometimes. I need to sand these inner components. So once I sanded that, glued that into place. But this is actually going to work really nice because it helps hold the polystyrene and the head nice and solid. So I'm pretty pleased with how this worked. Now, to be honest, I am just thinking through this stuff as I go. Like, I'm not a genius. Like, I'm just like, hey, this could actually work. And sometimes you stumble across some cool stuff. So trying to find the center point here. And again, I'm sure there's some formula to find the center point, but I just used that little circle template, had little crossbars on it, and I was able to find the center point and drill that out. So again, as a maker, a lot of times it's just stopping and thinking through the process and what works and what doesn't work, and most of the time you can find a solution for it. I'm just trying to fit the head into here. I'm going to have to trim this polystyrene tube down because I've got that little bottom portion that his legs are going to go into, but I just drew a little pencil line there, and I'm gluing another plastic little rivet grommet thing. And again, this is going to help hold the neck into the body. So I'm kind of using these little components as little stabilizers, and it worked out really nice. I think I'm going to add one more stabilizer down there at the bottom, so I'm kind of getting my fit just right. And then once I got that exactly where I want it, there's a little bit of space. I sand the inside there, and then I glued another little plastic washer spacer thing. I don't even know what these are exactly, but that glued in perfect. And now that rod actually has support all the way from the top of the head all the way down. For the legs, I did use the ream tool to kind of get it started, drilled some holes. And I'm using this solid polystyrene. It's not a tube, but It's a little bit thicker, so it has a little bit more substance. Clean up kind of the edges there, cut the legs down, and I think that looks pretty cool. Now, I do want to give some sort of knee look and feel. I have done a couple bots and I didn't really do anything there, and people were like, oh, you should have done a knee. So I'm just adding some little components there. I'm going to make a foot, and I doubled up 2 pieces of polystyrene and this little piece of wood there. And I'm going to use this Tamiya thin set to kind of just glue these together. It actually melts the polystyrene and kind of fuses them together. And then you can run a little bead on the edge, sand it down. It actually cleaned up really nice. I'm really pleased with that. And I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, I don't know if 2 is quite thick enough. 3 seems like a little bit much. So I thought, oh, you know what? I've done this a couple times. Just take this square polystyrene and I'll make some little treads on the foot. So essentially I just kind of dabbed it. I started on the outer side, on the outer edge. And then I did one in the middle. And then I literally just eyeballed pieces on either side. Didn't really even measure anything. I just kind of optically lined it up and looks great. I'm really happy with that. Gluing the wood piece on here and gluing like a little ankle that I can slide the leg into. And I found this little Gundam part, and I think it really adds to the knee. I thought just that one red piece was a little weird, but that little Gundam piece gives it a little bit more of a mechanical feel. Slide the feet on there. And again, I'm just dry fitting this for now just to see how it works, but I'll add a little bit of CA glue. Now for the arm, I want it to bend. So to achieve this, I think what I'll do is I'll use a coffee stir stick as the main support for this. But it didn't quite fit, so I'm trimming it down just a little bit. So it's a little bit narrower on the end there, and then it should slide right into the polystyrene tube. And then I can hinge off of that. But it's super floppy and loose, so I was like, So I just took the square polystyrene tube, glued a couple pieces on, and again, I don't know if I was just lucky, but it worked out great. And again, as a builder, sometimes just look at what you have around you and see if you can come up with a solution. Now I'm going to use these fists from my bot and bag that I'm working on. These were some scraps that were going to get tossed anyway, so I like to upcycle these if at all possible. So I am using these parts here that were from an existing project that I'm working on, but just marking some holes with some, I drilled it, marked some holes, and then I'm just running a little piece of round polystyrene tubing as my hinge, and I've got a nice fit there. Snip those off. It's pretty straightforward and simple, but I think it's going to work. Did do a little bit of glue there just to hold it together. I'll push that up into the arm. That'll slide up in there. I will eventually just glue that into place after I get everything kind of lined up exactly how I want it. But those arms look great. I'm really pleased with that. I'm going to use a magnet. And what I did was I ended up putting a magnet on the inside of the tin because it is an aluminum tin. So I've got some antennas. This was another little bits from the bit box that one of my viewers just sent me just like 2 weeks ago. So adding some little tiny greeblies. I didn't go crazy with the greeblies on this, but I wanted always from the get-go to keep the color of that body. I loved that gold color. So I spray painted the rest of it this oiled bronze metallic. So it has this cool metallic flake in it, and it kind of ties in really nice with the body. But I need to add some additional color. So I got this gold metallic. I was painting the gold first, but it was a little too yellow, and the body is very orange. So I did end up mixing a little bit of copper into it, and I got a really nice kind of color that matched the body there. Just doing some little chipping and painting, glue on these antennas. And again, I didn't go too crazy with my weathering, but I think it's just a really nice, simple touch. I'm going to add a little bit of chipping onto the body, and I think this one is done. It looks great. All right, so this little guy turned out pretty cool, and now this guy has a buddy. So they're friends. They're like, doo, 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 doo. Yeah, I was always wanting to keep the original color of the body, and I think the color scheme is pretty cool. It's not like my normal color scheme, so I like it. I think it's kind of fun to venture out of your typical. I love to do like the army green and stuff like that, but this is pretty nice. Not a ton of weathering, just a little tiny bit of chipping. It was cool to be able to reuse the 1M Robot Bot-in-a-Bag arms that were just kind of going to be tossed anyways, so love to be able to upcycle some of that stuff. And yeah, he's really cool. So they're buds. And I think Endo will make good use out of these guys in our storyline. So let's do some turn-on shots of him. And as always, it's a great day to be Toy Nerd. Have a great one.